Good morning. Good afternoon. This is Nate. This is Nate Flies, where we try and improve at Flight Simulator. And we've been screwing around the last few flights, so this is serious today, guys and gals and whoever. Pittsburgh to Detroit. Business trip. Serious. Flying like real pilots today. See you in about 5-10 minutes. Enjoy some King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. Hello, hello. How are you? Santa, what's up, man? This is Nate. Thank you for joining me. This is Nate Flies, my stream where I try and improve at Flight Simulator. I kind of got into Flight Simulator during the pandemic when Microsoft 2020 came out and really enjoyed it. And was also missing traveling, and I've always had an interest in aviation. And so one thing kind of led to the other, and I started trying to learn how to fly these big planes. So I do try, I wing it, but we're very professional. Okay. So we are in XP12 today in the ZIBO mod Boeing 737-800, and we are in Pittsburgh, and we are flying to Detroit because I tried to think of the most boring business-like flight that I could imagine, with no scenery to distract us. We were, going down memory lane. Nate flies in Europe, like that's no good. So Pittsburgh. Now, unfortunately, I do have some memories of Pittsburgh. So I'll try not to do that. But in any case, thanks again for tuning in. My name's Nate. I'm just some guy. I'm a really big fan of flight simulation. I think it's come a really long way since I used to do it. And like I said, I kind of picked it up during the pandemic again and really couldn't believe the state that it was at. There's really high fidelity aircraft. And, once I got sick of doing barrel rolls around, the Statue of Liberty and flying under the Golden Gate Bridge, and my favorite Death Star runs through the Grand Canyon, I decided, well, how do you actually fly these things? I've always been interested in jetliners. I was kind of like a plane spotter, aviation geek. Love air and space museums. I'm just boys with toys. Some things never change. But yeah, so just kind of, like anything else in this world now, I went on YouTube, typed in how to fly a Boeing 737, and what do you know? There's pilots, both real and fake, like me, who are trying to teach you how to actually fly these things according to real world procedures. And you've got to do like math and charts and reading, and it's a whole thing, if you believe it or not. These are complicated machines. But chief among them was Blackbox 711, who was a real inspiration for this, and he has great tutorial content on YouTube and live streams on YouTube and Twitch. And he is a fantastic teacher, a real world pilot, and a great guy. And I slowly started learning through watching his streams, met a really great community of people who were very helpful, and that's kind of where this started. And so I'll explain a little more as we get going. Let me just say hi to my good buddy Santa Owns in the chat, who is my co-pilot usually. He's sometimes not the greatest co-pilot. No, he reminded me to do the chrono the last couple times. So this is great. And so the other thing, anyone in here, if you know what you're doing, and if you see me do things wrong, tell me. because your backseat driving is not a thing in aviation. It's called co-piloting, and it's very much appreciated. So what I will be doing today is jumping into this aircraft. As you can see, I am in a Boeing 737-800, which is one that you probably have flown around in as a passenger. And I was always interested in what goes on up here. And as you can see, there's lots of buttons, there's switches, there's knobs, there's screens, there's numbers. There's like stuff up here too. There's lights, flashing ones. This is a complicated machine, and little by little you start learning it. And what I started to do was record myself, because once in OBS, because once you get a certain level of familiarity, it's kind of like you're really not sure what you're doing wrong. So watching back some of my flights was really helpful, and that's the idea of this stream. We joke it's self-improvement through flight simulation, and that's what we're up to, just trying to get better and better, so we can be more comfortable and eventually fly on VATSIM with no worries, which is a large global ATC network of other like-minded individuals who do kind of real-world air traffic control for the simulator, and it's a really fun thing. So yeah, so thanks for joining me, and we will get going today. And like I said, this is oh, I can't forget my sponsor. Today we are sponsored by Cramblin Duvet Advertising. They are the ad kings of Detroit. We'll look at some of their award-winning ads on the trip, but they are, like I said, the ad kings of Detroit, and that's the honor of the stream today. This is a very professional, focused, just like Tim and Sam, Mr. Cramblin and Mr. Duvet. We're going to be quite serious today, so that we really put some good work on paper today. So I start in usually a pretty cold and dark aircraft. This one I started up just to kind of get some stuff set up a little bit. I will say, for any of my fellow flight sim aficionados, I dialed back some settings, and I am actually noticing too that my frame gen is actually, since the last driver update, I'm not getting the crazy screen tearing. I'm getting some other artifacts, and so I am somewhat excited about how our performance will be. But we are, we're flying over, we've got Pittsburgh, and, my performance has been good today. Now, still running Sim Heaven Pro and map enhancement, but I just kind of dialed down a few things in map enhancement. So that's our deal today. So let's jump in the aircraft and get going. And my couple little disclaimers. What I do here is I go through and start the aircraft kind of from scratch. All I've really done is turn the battery and the power on to get it sort of booted up here. But I will kind of be talking through what I'm doing, and don't do or say anything I do. However, I will be talking to myself, and that helps me stay on track. And then when I watch these back too, it also helps me figure out what I did right and wrong. So like the last couple streams where we've been jerking around, so much wrong. So much wrong. But the other theme of this stream is there's two great ways to learn in life, and that's failure, which we will do a ton of today and every stream, and teaching. And so I'm not teaching, but I am trying to teach myself, at least. So if I can explain something, that helps the cause. So we're gonna start going through this aircraft and setting it up, and let me go ahead and get us some sights and sounds of Flight Simulator going. My apologies, the last stream I had my external sound, so the engine sounded very wimpy when we were playing yesterday. So let's get going. I'll stop stalling a bit here. So let me look at the overhead panel. I did some things. Things are looking good here. I turned on the batteries. I turned a light on. You can smoke them if you got them for now. We're gonna say buckle up when you get in. And I set our pressure. I've been studying my charts, so we're like in maximum focus mode today. Because I put some really, and in honor of I can't believe NFL preseason started yesterday. Shocking. I will be this is hashtag business trip, hashtag rise and grind. There's no scenery. We're flying over Ohio, the most bland state in the union. Come at me, Ohio. No. I've had some okay times in Ohio. But you got some problems, Ohio. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna jump down into the flight computer. We'll start setting up some initial stuff. I can go ahead and also load the aircraft. It's already pretty loaded. Let me go ahead and get the gasoline man. That weight, fuel, and balance. Here we go, fuel truck. Santa says that they made the third best basketball player to ever play. So that's already like very contentious. So we're starting on a contentious. I need to take some breaths of oxygen before we get into like basketball greatest of all time talk. Here's our gas coming. Third best, so I assume you mean LeBron, who helped my hometown Miami Heat when he took his talents to South Beach, and so now everyone calls every part of Miami South Beach. That's my only knock against LeBron, but he is a great basketball player. So what we do also on this stream is, because we are very real and very professional, is we've got the whole thing going on here, guys. We have this is a flight plan for United Airlines. We've got charts, we read things, we do math, and we check weather, and it's just, this is what it takes to go into flying these things IRL. But I find flight simming to be an extremely rewarding hobby. There's always stuff to improve upon, and so that's why we're self-improvement through flight simulation. We get better as flight simmers and as human beings, because to be a pilot, you have to, you really have to focus, and you have to do math, and that makes us better every time we do that. So let's go ahead and start setting up this aircraft. And again, to try and keep us a little bit on track, I tried to pick, like I said, the most boring, terrible part of the United States. This is like this is the Middle East, as they call it. Technically Midwest, but so today I'll show you one last thing for anyone who's not geographically aware. Here's a map. Let's zoom out. Here's the world, or at least, a part of it. Here's the United States of America. Here is the, Pittsburgh. You're in another world.
Ground flight deck fuel is all loaded up. And
people call you. You're almost Midwest. You did make my favorite collective pronoun, yins. So I do like yins. It means you guys, or y'all, in here. But yeah, so this is the Middle East. Ohio. Ugh, God, Ohio. And we're flying from Pittsburgh. We're going to fly over Canton in honor of the Hall of Fame NFL football game. We're even flying over fucking Cleveland. Oh my God. To Detroit. So we're flying over what are considered two of the gems of the United States, Cleveland and Detroit, Michigan. And yeah, we're businessmen today. We're professional pilots. We've got an airplane full of businessmen. Cramblin, Duvet advertising. And we have to, make sure we really do well for them, because I'm representing them today, and we'll look at some of their commercials. and we'll be flying up to Detroit. So that is our plan today. We're just making a quick little hop, and we'll start reviewing some charts, and I can show you all that kind of good stuff as we go here. But for now, let's do our flight plan. So we will be starting from, and the other thing, I've got all my WinWing hardware down here, which unfortunately is still being very slow and weird. My panels. So the other cool thing about flightsim is you got, all this stuff. You can buy toys that look like it, and it's great. So let's get going. Professionalism. Kilo, Papa, India, Tango. So that's the one thing flightsim made me a better person already. I know the NATO alphabet now, so I can communicate with, the alphabet with military and state organizations around the world. So we're in Pittsburgh. And go to the second page here, grab our GPS position, and plug that into the IRS, which basically tells the aircraft where it is in space. And you can see it's sort of like trying to locate itself here. So Pittsburgh, and we will go to our route. And again, it copies it down in our scratch pad there. We're going to go ahead and plug that into the origin. And we are going to Kilo, Delta, Tango, Whiskey. We will need some whiskey once we're in Detroit. And we are United. I probably use my generic. Sure, United. Uniform Alpha Lima 4622. And now we can say 4622 instead of 4622 because we're not in Europe anymore, so we can cheat. That's another difference. All right, so we've got some of the preliminaries in. We're going to go ahead and go to our departures and arrivals page. And so Pittsburgh, we'll be taking, and we'll look at the charts in a minute. Pittsburgh, we will be taking 28 Center, and they only have this one standard instrument departure. That's the SID. We'll click that, no transition, and it's just a... we're just going to be getting vectors flying straight out and to our first waypoint. So this way we get to do actually a kind of different kind of takeoff than we usually do also. So no LNAV or VNAV. I mean, we could do VNAV, but just a nice little gentle takeoff, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead and activate that, execute. I'm going to go next page. Nate, in flightsim. I can just like dump this flight plan in here, but I like to type things in because it's fun. So after we take off, our first waypoint is Bravo Sierra Victor, which is a VOR station on the way. And then we're going direct to Easy. Hopefully that bodes well for us. Easy, take it real easy. And this is, I'm sorry, usually I go full immersion, but they don't really fly. This is a special, this is like a special businessman flight because they don't fly 787s between Pittsburgh and Detroit. It's a quick hop. We're like in the air for not very long. So what that does mean though is we can maybe get a return flight in before my boss comes home. That's my wife. All right, so we'll execute that, and now let's go to our arrivals, and we'll up top here. There's Detroit arrivals. We'll be landing the ILS 22 left today. I'm not going to do a transition because we'll just vector ourselves onto the final, onto the ILS. And here we go, bonds 2. And transition none because we're so close. I don't think there's even like a star that's short enough for us. Jamokes. Jamoke. I love that Detroit coming in or insults for the names of their transitions. Goddamn Jamoke. Yeah, so anyone watching, if you don't know, that's a good somewhat neutral derogatory term. Like calling someone a jabroni. Okay, so we got that. That's looking good. let's go ahead and look at some charts now. And let's so we've got some crap weather today, so this is why too we need to like really focus today. No screwing around like we always do. I've got these instigators in the chat, and the main instigator is here today for now. But he said he's gonna try and stay quiet. But we got wind, we got clouds. It was raining here before, so we need to keep our heads out of our ass. We want to make people. I need to make up for some things. And Winky, if you're around Detroit, this is for you. You said you said I let you down yesterday, and I can't have that. So I'm showing you this is real deal business flight today. So we are in Pittsburgh, and yeah, I'm gonna probably do a practice go around at some point today too. See if we can make up for these terrible go arounds that we've been doing. So here we are in Pittsburgh. Terminal apron is uncontrolled. That's good for us. So we are going to be pushing back today. We'll take something like, let's see, our takeoff is 28 center. So, okay, we'll just back up. We'll push back, take Delta to Echo, however this ends up working out, and take Echo. We'll go full length, and we'll take off. So if we look in our flight plan now, over here, if I go to my legs page, I can start stepping through. And so if I zoom out and I go to plan mode, here we are. And the departure today is the Pittsburgh 5, Pit 5, all runways. I read this already. I've been studying in my hotel room because I got my flight plan 24 hours ahead of time. And so I know, vertical structures are everywhere. Poles, trees. So we gotta do some stuff here today. So let's read our basic instructions. So here's the airport. Here we are. We're gonna be taking off from 28 center, and so we're gonna climb heading 281 until leaving 1700 feet and make no turns except assigned by ATC or Vector to assign route fix jets. That's us. Maintain 5,000 or requested altitude if lower. So we will set that up. And so we're going to look through our flight plan here, and I'm going to kind of step through it. So if you look at the map, you will see us kind of moving around a bit here. So I'll step. First things first is fly to that 1700 above. And then we have vectors, so that's why you don't really see anything here. We're just flying straight out, and our first waypoint is Bravo Sierra Victor, and we'll vector ourselves over there at some point. And then next, here's Bonds, and we'll already be probably, descending at this point. So Bonds to Clink, and now we can look at in Detroit. We also have some iffy weather coming across the Midwest. So we've got some things to think about today. So here's the Bonds arrival. Like I said, where there was no transition. So we're going right to that easy waypoint, and then you can see Bonds. We want to be, and I'm checking in my flight plan here. I've got these restrictions plugged in, so we're gonna want to take note of this. Man, you can haul ass into Bonds. That's nice. And so we will read this a little more, but right now we're just making sure we have a reasonable flight plan. So there's Bonds, Clink, man, Detroit. You see, Detroit, they're funny. They know what they're up to. All right, so Bonds, Clink, that's what we call prisons. Timbit, Befork, T-Bird. That just vectors us, and then our next our arrival will likely be the ILS, and so here is the ILS runway 22 left, and we'll just give ourselves vectors for Rouge, is the one of the approach fixes. That's interesting, as that's the first one. But anyway, you see it's the step down, so we'll just kind of give ourselves fake vectors, and onto the ILS. and land, and we'll review that as we go. But otherwise, that flight plan, let's see, do we have, I'm going to step through, look at that go around is in there, just in case. Just in case. So, all right, that's looking pretty darn good. We can go back into our flight computer now. Although I should do a couple of things while I'm up here, and have some charts open. So on our departure, let's go ahead and grab. Not really interesting. There's no like real solid VORs, but we'll put in Briggs here. 1 4 05. Oh, that is our first waypoint. So, okay, we'll at least have a VOR indication to that. And the rest is, I don't think anything else is really necessary. 1, 5, 8. That's all good. Okay, so some nav aids for us. I'm gonna go ahead and review my overhead, or my MCP here. So I'll set the Vero once we start pushing back. Go back to map mode. Over on my side, our course taking off is 281. So we'll set that. We'll set our heading, 281. Actually feels a little better. I don't know. I'm gonna have to really mess with turn the flight director on. Turn another flight director on. And we said 5,000 feet. That sound good to you guys? But yeah, my WinWing stuff is, since I did an update recently, and it's just I don't know, it's not doing so great. And so the other course, I'll just say 281 also. All right, cool. So Copilot, you can have the legs page. I'm gonna give you map. I like you center. I like you zoomed out a little bit, and we'll give you airports. Access data, really? Okay, let's keep setting up the aircraft. Our MCP is looking good. We're gonna have to go back and look at our charts. I know this is thrilling stuff in flight simulation, but this is what you got to do. Be a professional. Okay, so let's go to our init ref. Luckily, the aircraft is loaded. I can just grab that from here. Our reserves today are whoa, tons of reserve fuel. I guess I was planning for the let's go call it 7.2. Cost index today is 18, which has to do with how aggressively we'll be using our, no, cost index 18 here. We'll be going up to 240. So not very high at all. And our average winds today, 235er at 25. And the top of climb temperature, someone has to explain this to me at some point. Yeah, our top of climb is just like immediate. Minus 19. So like everything is always in centigrade in these aircraft, even in America. So why does it take Fahrenheit here? Don't get it. Or what, did I go the wrong way? Yeah, because we're not going very high today. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's go to our N1 limit and let's run a performance takeoff. So we are taking off runway 28 center. It is wet. The winds today are in pit. So we've got, zoom out a little for you here. All right, we are winds 260 at 6. So we'll just have a little bit of wind in our face. Not too shabby. Outside air temperature 26 European units of heat, and the QNH today is 30.18. That's the atmospheric pressure, which I'll go ahead and quickly set over here. What is it? 3018. 3018. All right, there we go. Go back over here. We do want optimum rating. Flaps 5. Air conditioner will be on. And our takeoff weight today is here. Ground weight 141. 141.2. And our center of gravity is 27.3. 27.3. Enter. All right, so sweet ZIBO calculator, which has been acting a little funky. Sergeant Yash, hello. Welcome. Yes, Santa is here, and he's being a very good co-pilot right now. Exceptionally good co-pilot right now. So, here is our takeoff calculations, so I can go ahead in our flight computer now. Minute ref. And one limit. So the select temp out there, 41C. And, you know, this is still something I need to ask my smart pilot people who know these aircraft. It's giving me like these pretty big D rates. But when I punch in the select temp into 93.7, 97 point this, I mean, it wants these big D rates. 22K. I mean, that's like a TO2 it wants. We could run off the runway this way. How long is the runway here? All right, I mean, let's see. I'm gonna go with this because I'm curious why this thing gives us these interesting discrepancies between the ZIBO and that. So okay, flaps 5 takeoff. I need a little oxygen here. Too much thinking. Okay, it's flaps 5. There's our CG. Thrust reduction is close enough, and it wants 132, 141, 144. Okay, 1, 3, 2. So V1, that's the speed. We have to decide to hit the brakes or commit to our takeoff. 141 VR. That's when we do take off, and 146 was it? 4. Is our V2 speed. That's how we can climb with just one engine. So I will go ahead on my speed and set the V2 speed. And yeah, see, look, man, my wind wing is just stupid Simat Pro. All right, I know what I'm doing this weekend. Moby flight profile for ZIBO mod, and I will post that on xplane.to. At some point. So we're actually going to do just a we're doing nothing, straight up takeoff, no LNAV, no VNAV. Nate's just we're gonna fly this one, and then we'll make our way over. But yeah, Santa and Yash, thanks for joining me today. And we've got something wrong already. Why is my our co-pilot has no information. Did I flip a switch somewhere? Ah, that would help. Sheesh. All right, you didn't see that professionalism, guys. The last stream, we knew we were off to a rough start when Nate put in, you know, KLM. What's a more like you know, pop famous thing? KLM, those 3 letters, and I put KLS for our flight number. So it was like from the beginning we were donezo. But I had a great time, of course. All right, deny everyone else from coming in here. Squawk 2000. That sounds good. We're reviewing things. I'm not on VATSIM today, and well, we're getting there. That's basically the point of the stream. Is that I'm just familiarizing myself with these aircraft enough so that I can, and I want my route data on here, so that I can fly on VATSIM in peace. All right, Santa is not here. All right, so let's do some other stuff. Ooh, one of my favorites. We can do. So who we got? I like Lars as our pilot flying. Who else we got here? So Andy, Lars, flight deck. Yeah, I like flight deck to sim. Shout out flight deck to sim. He also has good instructional videos. Okay. All right. But yeah, these audio checklists, I'm a huge fan of. So let's
Safety
go through
inspection checklist. Surfaces and shocks.
Checked.
Maintenance status.
Checked.
Battery.
On.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
Really?
All right. It wants the hydraulics on so much.
On.
All right. There you go.
Landing gear lever.
Down.
Ship's library.
Checked.
Safety inspection checklist complete.
Okay. Let's do before start to the line. Am I ready? Oh no, it wants so let's get going. We're all loaded up. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go ground services. Let's go ahead and start getting rid of things. I will get rid of the air conditioning unit that I've been having pump away. What do I want to do? Close doors. Get rid of that. Let's detach jetway. And let's go ahead and keep doing things. So, throw in a fuel pump. We'll be APU genning it in a second. So let's go ahead and flip the APU on. I'll turn on another light. Window heats are already on. Hydraulics are already on. This is all looking good. All right, cool. And so the APU back here. You can hear it. Yeah, Santa is not here. Oh, hey, Desktop Pilot Society. I didn't see you come in. Thanks for popping in. Santa, I mean, Santa, your day is coming, buddy. It's already August. Christmas is right around the corner. That's what Black Box always say. Oh, well, that's Cramblin Duvet Advertising, the ad kings of Detroit. Desktop, if you didn't come in earlier, this is so very serious stream today. And then just so you know how serious, look up Cramblin Duvet Advertising. Detroiters, by the way, it's one of my favorite television shows of all time. Netflix, you can find it. Okay, so APU is fired up. Look at this. Top of climb in, less than 10 miles. That can't be. I guess it do be. How about that? Anyway, short flights. So maybe we can get a couple landings in and some go-arounds. All right, so the APU is turned on. Go ahead and flip the packs on. Get our APU bleed air. So there's our air conditioning coming back. You can hear it. Can't remember if I actually turned the APUs on. All right, come on. Focus, 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 focus. All right. I'm feeling good. He's going to want RTO already, too. All right. Things are happening. Parking brake is set. I'm going to remove the chocks. EPU or APU definitely on. So let's go ahead and disconnect the GPU. We are untethered. Let's go ahead and run that checklist.
4 start checklist to the line. IRS mode selectors.
Nav.
Gear pins.
Removed.
Light test.
Checked.
Oxygen.
Really?
Dudes, you saw me huffing oxygen. You know that's all I do
Your
on
damper.
this stream.
On.
Nav transfer and display switches.
Normal and auto.
Fuel.
All right, we got a lot of fuel required on board. Oh, and let me say hi to Going for Broke Gaming. Thanks for joining. My name's Nate. I'm just some guy. I really love flight simulation. This is self-improvement through flight simulation. And I love flight simulators. I like all the gear. I like all the toys. And so we like flight sim. So if you like flight sim, I'm here. And I have no idea what I'm doing, but if you have questions, please feel free to ask and we will try. And so in terms of the jetway, so I have in X-Plane I use OpenSAM, which has jetway stuff, but your mileage may vary at airports, and so if you just want like the simple way to get the jetway to work, if you just come up here and do the internal X-Plane ground handling window, you can do attached jetway and it tends to work. So that's what that's kind of what I do. And the ZIBO mod might even integrate with some of these. I don't do a lot of the cabin call stuff when I'm just flying around. You know, we'll cosplay as real pilots sometimes, but not always.
Checked.
Fuel pumps.
No.
4 pumps on.
Cabin utility. IFE. Galley power.
On.
Emergency exit lights.
Armed.
Fasten belts.
On.
Window heat.
On.
Air conditioning.
Pax auto bleeds on.
Pressurization.
Pressurization is set. Look, we're so low today, guys.
Set.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Unlike
Instruments.
our
Auto
Amsterdam
RTO.
flight
Hydraulics.
where we were very
Normal.
high.
Speed brake.
Down detent.
Parking brake.
Set.
Stab trim cutout switches.
Oh yeah,
Normal.
no, dude,
Wheel well
same
fire warning.
or dude that
Checked.
whoever you are.
Radios, radar, and transponder.
Same. I've been playing this sim for a long time, and same deal. I was like, how do I get these things to work? You know, and it's like, oh, and this is an X-Plane thing. I'm just gonna say, because X-Plane is like, you need so many plugins to do everything. You always think that everything has to be via plugin. So, all right. So set and standby. We'll see if weather works today.
Set standby.
Because it is
Rudder and
shitty.
aileron trims.
3 and 0.
Takeoff briefing.
Although it's getting nicer now. All right, we did our takeoff briefing. We're flying straight out.
Discussed.
PA.
You know, I guess I did the PA announcements. Right. Cabin ready. Attend. Oh, that means she's gonna bring me coffee.
Complete.
Right, done.
FMC CDU.
All right, FMC CDU is set. But yeah, Going for Broke, same deal. I like only recently found that.
Set.
N1 and IAS bugs.
Really?
Come again? N1 and IAS bugs. Did I flip a bad switch somewhere? Auto? Norm? I did our performance, right? Performance? I see it. How are we being bad boys already? Yeah. Huh. Well, guys, we got a new one. We have got a new one here. But I'm pretty sure that's just this. Let's see something. Did it not like our, did I miss something? We're off to a great start here, fellers. I feel like we did this.
And 1 and IAS auto V-speed set.
Stab trim.
Set.
Performance, weight and balance.
Is checked.
Checked.
EFB.
Airplane mode installed.
Phones.
Off.
Flight deck window and cockpit door.
Closed.
Doors.
Closed.
Passages.
Seated.
Before start checklist completed to the line.
Coffee looks better today. All right. And let's get pushback going. And we'll just shove ourselves out to here.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
All right.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
And so going for broke, the other thing I was going to say, we've been testing Sim Heaven X World Pro. I've been using Sim Heaven as my, map, I guess, the free one in X-Plane. And so I wanted to check out the Pro, and I think it's a nice little upgrade. When we were flying over Europe yesterday, it was my computer was struggling a little bit, but I am trying today a couple things. I lowered some of the settings just slightly, and I have frame generation on. I don't know if you guys can even tell or see that today.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Frame gen used to always be really bad for me in X-Plane, but I'm not getting the crazy screen tearing yet. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. So, all right. Did she say? All right, here she comes. And yeah, we'll see what kind of while we're getting hooked up. So here's our flight plan. Let's see what our weather situation is. There were some nice storms blowing through. Oh, it's too bad. Nate took too long and missed them.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, we'll get a little weather. We'll see if we get any returns. I don't know what the X-Plane weather is going to be, though. Okay, I think she said we're ready. That means checklist time. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the packs off. I think they want the probes on already for this checklist. Like I said, I don't know what the what this checklist, the order necessarily. All right, before start below the line.
Before start checklist below the line. Air conditioning packs.
Off.
Anti-collision light.
On.
Parking brake.
Set.
Transponder.
Are you sure? Out off.
Before start checklist completed.
All right. And going for broke, our kind of thing, the other thing is this stream. So I'm kind of like prepping myself to be able to get on VATSIM more because I really, really like it. I've done a handful of flights. I can't do two things at once, especially like talk to crazy people like Santa Owens, who's in here. Desktop, he's a little unhinged too. Sergeant Yash might be too. You know, I got all these passengers and co-pilots to do. No, I like messing with them. But yeah, so no VATSIM today, so I won't be doing comms. But the idea is to get more comfortable with the aircraft, and so I'm practicing just some stuff. So like today, we're probably going to do a go around, and this sort of stuff, just so I can get some of these procedures under my belt a little bit. All right, so I think we did a checklist. And the other thing too, I started. Let's get rid of the parking brake. I started. The whole reason this stream started was, I got to the point where I just really didn't know what the hell I was doing wrong anymore, and for that, someone recommended watching, like recording your landings or your takeoffs, and what do you know? I started doing that, and it was really, really helpful. And then I set up my mic just to start talking over it, because then I could actually hear what I was doing. Like I was talking to myself and figure out what I was doing wrong. And so that's the idea. Okay, so turbine engines are happening. We've got air, we've got oxygen, we've got fuel. A spark makes heat. Let's enjoy the sights and sounds of flight simulation. Oh, I pushed us back like morons too. I was supposed to push us the other way. Ground needed us to do that because there's a bunch of dogs on the runway on the tarmac right here, so we have to go around. Yeah, so I've got what I've been rocking lately is I've got the Pro thing going. I did download, so the other rule on this stream is I'm trying not to, I don't want to go totally poor in this hobby. I spend enough, and so I am trying airplane. So I try not to buy the add-on airports because they're just I have no self-control. I'll buy every single one. I don't want to do that. And so I did get recently the airport enhancement package because I figured, okay, let me enhance all airports at least. And honestly, I think X-Plane's airports are already pretty good.
Go ahead and set the parking brake.
And I think it's doing pretty good. But I have noticed it having a little, not performance issues, but it could be something that we'll monitor. So I should start another engine. The first engine, if I was being professional, I would have said look good. I'm a little worried about our hydraulic. Let's make sure to do maintenance when we land. So I don't know how hard we've been on this aircraft, and I forget that it saves. Alright, here comes fuel. It saves your status. Yeah, everyone, thanks for popping in. I hope you guys are going to have a good weekend coming up here. That's why, well, I'm off real work, and so Nate is going to be very I'm grinding today. We're gonna have excellent professional landings. Did she give us our little thumbs up? Or I didn't even set the parking brake? Okay.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and since she's a fake person and we can't hurt her, Brass Lady is real, ground is not. Let's go ahead and do our after start flows. Oops. Turn our generators on. This is all looking good. Thank you. And already did our hydraulics. Auto, off. Alright, cool. Go start switches continuous.
Tow is
XP can come
disconnected
off.
and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you. So, as I recall, are these, is that a bug? Quite remember. Alright, we'll come down here. Let's set our trim. Looks like 4.82. Alright, trim is set. This is a flaps 2.5 takeoff. Let's go TRA so we don't forget. Got a couple VORs dialed in for us. And there's our flaps. And so for our takeoff today, I'm just gonna sort of do bug up, fly heading, and we'll do it that way. But yeah, everything is looking good for me. Oh wait, I have my hardware. No wonder it doesn't like that. All right, let's do our before
taxi checklist. Generators.
On.
APU.
Off.
Start switches.
Continuous.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Air conditioning.
Tax auto bleeds on.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 required and selected. Green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight control.
Really?
Don't look. Pull back. Pull forward. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. Rudder right. Rudder
Check.
left.
Recall.
Good.
I'd like to check that again if you don't mind. Checked.
Before taxi checklist completed.
Okay. So forgetting a few of the little checklist items, we would probably fail our check ride for such things. So here we are. I turned the wrong way, so let's just hang our left and go whatever this is, whiskey or echo. So it's probably whiskey echo. All right. Yeah, so going for broke. I do have the wind wing stuff. Let me brakes work. And so I have like the wind wing panel, the EFIS, the computer. I've got the Honeycomb Bravo. I should post a pic of my setup at some point. All right, so I probably want to be out here. Illegal taxiing of sorts. I think the signs are nicer with this whatever it is, not map enhancement. I do have map enhancement going too, by the way, but airport enhancement package. But yeah, I kind of the whole thing with me going for broke is I'm old, all right? So X-Plane looks pretty damn good to me as is. and now Microsoft airports are a different story. They're so ugly that it's painful, and it's a shame actually. I need to see where my view is when I'm actually like on the line. All right, so it is like here. Slow down a little. And so, you know, I think I put the money I have into just like making a comfortable sim rig. I really dislike a lot of the, for example, with like VATSIM and a lot of the knobs down on the pedestal, I find very cumbersome. And also, you know, when you're in the heat of something, you have to be like hands-on throttle and yoke and mousing and looking away. So I have the, you know, I basically have this in real life, so to speak, in front of me, and I have the FMC, and then I've got these guys. I have some 3D printed stuff from the guy flightsim factory studio on Etsy. Donnie, he's a cool guy. We've chatted a bit. What's the stuff? I always forget to do that before takeoff to the
Before
line.
takeoff checklist to the line. Config.
Checked.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 set, green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Takeoff briefing.
We know what we're doing. We're flying straight out.
Reviewed.
Bug up.
Cabin.
Secured.
Before takeoff checklist completed to the line.
All right, we're doing some speeding. All right, let's take her easy here. All right, we're coming to a runway. That means strobes on. See, you know, switches. I don't like. I should have had taxi lights on anyway. Alright, cross runway, approach sector, clear, because we don't have anyone else with us. If it wasn't clear, we'd be in trouble. Yeah, Santa, you have less self-control than I do then. Clearly. Alright. Why did... Airport. Here we go. We'll keep our logo light on so people can see us. And I can flip this, my strobe switch easier that way. Yeah, it is plug and play, the WinWing stuff. Except, like I said, right now, I'm gonna think about switching over to Mobi Flight profile because let's go ahead. We can go ahead and line up. All right, lights back on, strobe on. That can come off. Taxi come off.
Approaching 2-8.
Ooh, Ras
Center.
Lady. Good morning. Ras Lady is our girlfriend. Don't tell my wife.
On runway 28 center.
Thank you, Ras Lady. You're a damn gem. All right, auto thrust on. Let me see something here. Vector, vector, Victor, vector. I mean, yeah, Santa, go ahead. Before I take off, I can do a thing. I need to put my parking brake on. Ooh, thank you. See? Co-pilot. Santa, you get gold star already today, man. Thank you. Oh, I was totally gonna forget. You're on top of it today. So what are we doing today? Hashtag. How do you spell business? That. Hashtag.
On runway
Business
28 center. On runway 28 center.
Hashtag business trip. Hashtag grind. Covering up all my stuff. Alright, so professional pilot and professional streamer, you know, that I guess doesn't go hand to hand here. I can do my pretty sure I have like origin destination somewhere. Here we go. There we go. Ooh, it's all ugly looking. Really stalling here. Alright, we'll deal with that hyphen in a second. I'm a copy editor by trade, so this is freaking me out. Now I might have spelled business wrong. I think that's consistent for us. Alright, so Santa, I did that. We're gonna start the chrono. Anything else? Oh, let's see. Do you want to see if weather works in X-Plane today? Weather, you can have terrain over here. Like I said, I really don't know if it works. The test pattern works. Let's just go norm. We'll put it on auto. You know, is this
On runway 28 center. On runway 28 center.
We'll see if we see anything besides the smudge. Alright, so we're just flying and climbing. That's what we're up to today. And then we'll once we hit 5,000, we'll turn to our waypoint. So I think I'm ready to rock. We can do a
Before takeoff checklist below the line. MCP.
Really?
So does it not like that I'm like not LNAV, VNAV or something? Even though that's not what I want to be. Is my V2 speed wrong? Oh.
Set.
Transponder.
Ooh,
TARA.
shit.
Strobe lights.
On.
Landing lights.
On.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
Alright, we're making mistakes. Nate thought N2 is 144. That's I didn't check. Alright, now we're ready. You guys ready? Let's go. Parking brake released. Pull up 40. Alright, Toga N1. Heading select, Toga. Checking the wind would have been probably a smart thing too.
knots.
Alright, thrust hold.
V1. Rotate.
Alright, rotate. Let's go, big boy. Come on.
Positive brake.
Alright, positive rate, gear up. Press hold, heading select, Toga. So here's where my wind wing stuff is pissing me off. Like bugging up right now. It's so slow.
$1,000.
Alright, 1,000, check. Alright, we'll just keep climbing here. N1. What I can do is go vertical speed, and let's go autopilot, command, heading select, vertical speed, speed up to our up speed. Alright, passing flaps 1. So I'm just kind of giving myself a VOR. Let's fly another 20 miles and then we'll turn over to there. Alright, passing flaps 1. There we go. Flaps 1. And so yeah, I just had kind of, I don't know if you could have seen, I just went into vertical speed and alright, up speed reached, flaps up. And yeah, we're doing good. We're just we'll level off here. Auto brake can come off, gear can come to the off position. And let's just, we'll fly heading here for a hot second. Logo light can be off. Alright, alt acquired. Alt hold. What a nice takeoff. Sorry. We can, we'll dial that back a little bit. There's some Pittsburgh industrial. Look, we can do, like, we can even do VOR navigation. Oh yeah? Washington, Pennsylvania. Oh, south of Pittsburgh? Here? This Washington? That's pretty funny. My best friend lives down here. Oh, no shit. Oh wait, we have to like climb very fast today. I forgot we're like on this tiny little hop. So 240 is our climb. Alright, 240. Come on. Alright, let's go let's stop screwing around here. Alright. Legs, BSV, direct, execute, LNAV, VNAV, go. Let's climb. So I guess, yeah, it's too bad. Pittsburgh is, I'd really like to go to Pittsburgh to go to a baseball game actually, because that stadium is really nice, right on the water. And Pittsburgh is really pretty that when you first come in there. But yeah, I actually do like Pittsburgh. All right, we're climbing. Top of climb. All right, top of descent. Where is top of descent? All right, top of descent is sort of just before. Step. we're almost there basically. All right, well, easy. All right, after takeoff
After
checklist
takeoff checklist. Air conditioning and pressurization.
is set.
Set.
Engine start switches.
Off.
Landing gear.
Up and off.
Auto brake.
Off.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Altimeters.
We will set them once we hit 18,000.
Set.
After takeoff checklist completed.
Okay, cool. All right, passing 10,000, so we can get rid of some lights. Half the job of a pilot is turning various lights on and off. Okay, thank you for your service, VORs. One thing we can do. Santa, I jumped in and was able to see the beginning of your stream. And desktop pilot side, if you're still here, I crept in at some point. I didn't know. I think the stream. You had some baseball score, and I popped in real quick to watch a little bit. I was with the lady friend on the couch, so. But I think you started that stream a little earlier than that. So we get terrain returns. Like I said, I doubt we're getting any weather returns. Alright, I'll go progress on my side here. And oh, Santa. You needed a co-pilot. Let's check the Detroit. Let's get the ILS in. So we can do 113.4. So the ILS is 110.7. 7. Or we can the Detroit VOR will be helpful. Yeah, you were locked in full professional mode. Do we care about missed approach hold? Carlton. That sounds like VOR people like us could need. 115.7. Yep, we got it. Got it. Alright, cool. Look at all these VORs everywhere. Six. Yeah. You'll have more. I believe in you. Yeah, Winwing, why are you so janky? Alright. Set standard. 1.6. But yeah, so like my course knob, it just takes like forever. And it was just whatever that last Sim App Pro update was for, oh, so it is just 216 to the Carlton, outbound, for the missed approach. Oh, okay. That's easy. leave that VR on over here. Alright, what's our weather? We're coming into some clouds. You know, not the best weather that you want to be flying into. Anything? Anything? We could check. Here's something. Next. No. I don't remember where the weather, X-plane weather map is. But you can see if it's actually consistent. Alright, top of descent and like alright, finally top of climb.
$1,000 to go.
Okay. Temperature, precipitation, anti-ice. Where is it in this aircraft? Here we go. Alright, engine anti-ice on. Turbulence, buckle up. You can keep smoking though. Alright, FMC speed, VNAV path. That is in fact what we want. Okay, so let's not screw ourselves over here. Let's get a look at the weather. Variable 6 knots. We'll continue on our current landing, which is ILS 22 left. So let's read some things. So I doubt we're even going to be. Are we even that fast to stay at our Mach number? 0.69, so. Okay, so descend using Mach number until intercepting 280 knots, maintain 280 until slowed by the star. Alright, routing, bonds, clink, 12, 15. Oh, they're giving announcements. Yeah, it is ugly out over the Midwest. But yeah, Santa, I feel like you're gonna have some really nice landings soon. Give ourselves a little bit of. Yeah, that doesn't really give you much, does it? I don't need it. Okay, so we can at least start thinking about this. Here we are. Bernie Kosar. Oh, so are we over Canton right now? No, we passed it. I was supposed to look at the, well, NFL Hall of Fame game was last night. I can't believe it already. Look at us right under the this horrible thunderstorm looking thing here. Top of descent is coming. Let's do it. All right. Decision 837. That's slow too. 837. Barrow. What is happening here? Alright, Everything is fighting me today on my hardware. Don't like that. Alright, 216 is our course. We need to eventually be down at 2,000. Is there any thing we care about too much? No. So yeah, so we're doing this, coming to Fork and making this right turn at Thunderbird, and then we'll just go heading select and start descending and join the ILS that way. But with that said, we can do a weight and balance performance landing. We weigh currently 137.8. We will be burning 12.72 thousand. So 1358 we can say. Alright, so 22 left. I'm pretty sure it rained there. So let's just calculate it that way. Variable 6 knots. So you do your worst case scenario. So what's the reciprocal of that we did like at 6. Oh. So we'll give ourselves a tailwind. Outside temperature is 27 European units. Warm. UNH 30.12. While I'm at it, let me redial that. 3012. Okay. Top of descent coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and go for our first restriction. I mean, we can go down all the way to the 8,000. So. $8,000. We got rain. We are below 10 C, so I think anti-ice is correct here also. Let's complete this. So we said our weight was what, 137? We said like 135. Let's go 136. Just give us yeah, not just that. 0.0. And again, variable wins, so we'll see. All right, auto brake 1 should be good for us. Here's 22 left. Here's the terminal. And we're going to take princess parking of some kind, so let's take the whole runway. Auto brake 1, that sound good to you guys? Sound good to me. And it wants 142. So I think this is factoring in the +5 already, so 137. So let's go flaps 30. I never know. Let's take it and see what happens. Or what did I say? Did I miscalculate? Would it be 137 and then it adds here? We'll go with that and see what happens here. Oh, why wouldn't I put max brake? Well, okay, that's a good question. So for one thing, if I am going to be flying on VATSIM, I may want to be able to plan some of these a little better. So granted, I guess in that case I could just max manual brake anyway, and then drive the rest of the way. So yeah, in the sim you can do whatever you want, is the long story short there on the brakes, because yeah, you're not paying for it. We can do whatever we want to these brake pads. All right, so we're descending. I feel like I did things. I'm gonna keep the VOR up. Remind me to tune my ILS. Do I want? Here Nate wants his rings. Precious rings. 2 left. 6. Runway 22 left. Flash 20. Flash 10. Flash 5. Alright, we got some rings. We are situationally aware. And so... Oh yeah, I think you know, that might be the joke. Ooh, Lake Michigan. Or is this Lake? Which one is this? Erie? No. Yeah, Erie. What am I thinking?
Should be securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Please make sure
Descent
your seatbelts are
checklist.
fastened.
Pressurization.
Tray tables are
Set.
upright.
Anti-ice.
Headrests are lowered.
On.
And footrests
Approach
and
briefing
video
and fuel.
monitors are stowed.
We did.
Flight
Discussed.
attendants, please prepare the cabin
IAS
for
and
arrival
altitude
and
bugs.
be seated.
Check
Checked and set.
Descent checklist completed.
I hate how crappy the hardware is right now. Alright, the first thing I must do is Mobi Flight profile and see if that fixes something. I really don't like that. You know, the whole reason I have the toys out in the world is so I don't have to deal with it in here, and because they're helpful. Now it's like every time we're going to turn or reduce altitude, I can't do it fast enough. Alright, we're making it. We're being professional, we're looking at charts, we're below flight level 210. Yeah, I mean, we're crushing it. Although, I don't know if I kept this correct. I might be a little... I should have probably opened the speed window and kept my Mach number up. Because we're about to speed up to 280, aren't we? Yeah. Like, I noticed this on a lot of the stars in the US has this kind of higher speed. We're not gonna, let's see what happens here if it jumps up to 280. Or if it just stays. Okay, no, it adjusted. But I probably should have kept, I think I needed to open the speed window. And like keep my, well now it's neither here nor there, we're below. So alright, let's go ahead and set local, let's double check. Alright, 3012, we've got some low clouds we'll have to worry about.
Altimeter setting.
Yep, we did it, Ras Lady. Alright. Engine anti-ice can come off. Let's just get some lights on while we're at it. Cabin is ready. Alright, we're doing it. We are doing it. Get our ILS. Alright, cool. Weather getting nicer as we approach Detroit. Oh, is that's going to be on the runway today? All right, so I noticed on the go-arounds what I keep messing up is I'm not getting my auto throttle set. I keep forgetting that, you know, so I go into toga and I'm just like leaving my thrust levers full on and I'm like, why am I speeding up? Well, because your thrust levers are 100% forward. That's why, asshole. And so yeah, that's what we gotta do. And just watch pitch. But otherwise, like, we're doing good on our flap schedule and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm hearing from Tower. Tower United 4622. Getting some reports of gang warfare on the runway. Confirmed. Guess I should ask approach first. Ooh, but we can look at oh, the beautiful ocean front, Detroit. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just condensation, guys. Actually, Nate is a big, you know, I'm too bad. The biggest civilization, and if in the 70s and 80s, now granted, Chernobyl was rough. Chernobyl was rough. And it scared everybody. But damn, if we had really committed to nuclear at the late 20th century, all of us right now, because it takes, you know, forever to get nuclear set up. You know, I'm not saying we would have been out of it or anything like that, but I don't know. Life would have been interesting to think about. Alright, so I'm going to open up the speed window. We'll manual speed it here. So what does it care about? 210. We're above 9,000. Everything's looking good. While we're leveling off here, let me slow down. Although we don't even really have to yet. Does Fork have a speed limit? No. 250. Alright, so we're good. We'll wait. So yeah, cranking my heading knob. Hard. Can you hear it? Look at it. I'll do the go around because that's what we're here for. We're practicing a little bit. And I would have liked to fly back, but I don't know if I have time for the return flight. Here we go. Airport in sight. The Santa, this is like, if this was the Santa stream, you know what we would do. What's the maneuver? We would crash. It's potential crash. Alright, I'm gonna slow down to 210. Or just slow down to our up speed. Right. Well, that's just flying a helicopter, right?
1,000 to go.
The FMC wants drag required. I mean, I'm not so worried. The restriction. I'll put out some speed brakes. Why not? Why not? Detroit basketball. Do you think Rasheed Wallace still lives in Detroit? He was Chump of the Week once. Once again, now that we're in Detroit, this stream sponsored by Cramblin Duvet Advertising. Ad Kings of Detroit for all your advertising needs. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go heading select here. And we're where we need to be. When you're this close, do you just go... Is it worth just going into level change, or... I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go alt hold, heading select, MCP speed. Now we're flying. And we want to be 3,000 at Rouge. So how about we bring ourselves down 3,000. Okay. Let's go speed, vertical speed. Well, that's the wrong readout. Gentle. We'll go gentle. What do we got? We got convention centers, we got... You know, I bet all these houses are like 20 grand. Flying through clouds. Oh, is 20K too much? Did we do... So I do have our nav aids. We got our ILS 1070. 1107 checked. Okay. I got the Carlton VOR over here in case we need it. So let's go ahead and do a approach
checklist. Altimeters and instruments.
Alright, set and check.
Set and cross check.
Approach aids.
We've got our rings. We've got all of our stuff. We feel good.
Checked and set.
Approach checklist completed.
Alright. So, we can go ahead and turn base here. Our very, very slow heading knob. God damn, man. I'm gonna complain about it for the rest of the stream because it'll remind me that I have to make a movie flight profile before I fly this aircraft again, or downgrade my my thing. I don't know why I would be doing this. Nothing changed except I did update SimApp Pro. Why? We're too far away? We were perfect. Lupe, 5,000. Look at us. Maybe because I'm flying outbound. Oh, heading. Come on. Crank, crank, crank. Jesus. Alright, there we go. Alright, we'll just go inbound Rouge. Oh, and I should do, let's go, let's clean up our PFD here. Our nav display, 216 inbound. Let's intercept, execute. Got our lines, and here we come. I do like
1,000 to go.
Grand Rapids. Alright, charts. Charts are more important. Alright, zoom in. Go ahead and arm the localizer. 10 miles yeah, let's go flaps 1. Start slowing down. Alright, alt acquired, VOR lock. What did he say? Okay, turning on to there. Alright, guys. Remember, heading. There we go. Runway course 216. And that is the... Wait. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's keep slowing down while we're not descending. Flaps 5. Roll back the speed. Flaps 5. We've got diamonds happening. We will arm approach mode. Lights, start switches, continuous. Alright, cigarettes out now. I'll do that much. Anti-ice is off. Okay. Glide slope. Here we go. We're coming down. I'm going to arm the speed brake. Go gear down. Flaps 15. Nice and relaxed. Alright, missed approach. Climb 4,000, so set missed approach. .26 heading inbound to that Carlton VOR. Radial 025 to Carlton VOR. And hold. Alright, 5 miles here. Slowing down. Flaps full. We said 137. Currently looks like we're not having any wind, but let's add a little bit. Alright, runway in sight. Where the F are the pappies? There are no pappies on this motherfucker? Sorry. Oh boy. Challenges.
1,000.
Alright, landing
Landing
checklist.
check.
Speed stabilized. Mr.
Start
Park altitude
switches.
set.
Continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Speed brake.
Arm. Green light.
Landing gear.
Down 3 green.
Auto brake.
Auto brake 1 set.
Flaps.
Flap 30 set green light.
Landing lights.
On.
Landing checklist completed.
Look at that, landing checklist.
Approaching. 2 left.
Alright. Gang warfare is happening. My controls. Maybe we get unstable. Well, at least we can get a feel for the wind and what it looks like a little bit. We'll go at minimums, I guess.
400. 300. Approaching decision height.
Alright, my
200.
decision is go around.
Minimum.
Thrust. Come with me.
100.
Not me, Sim. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Flaps 15. Alright, not my fault. Not my fault. But we're not gonna worry about whose fault is whose fault. We're just taking it real easy. Taking it real easy. Give us a little more thrust. Get back on our flight path here. Alright, here we come. I'm gonna turn auto thrust on. That's good. I'm gonna do level change. And I'm gonna go command. N1 LNAV MCP speed. I'll keep bugging this up here. Let's go flaps 5. I didn't want to do that. That's just my controller is not helpful enough. So we're in non-standard flaps 2. Let's go flaps up, or let's go up speed. Everything's looking good here.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go. Alright, MCP speed, alt acquired. Let's go flaps 1. So I just noticed too that this thing, alt acquired, flaps up, speed up a little bit, go to 210. Alt hold. Alright, that was pretty good. My throttles did not respond to the actual go around. But they came alive at some point. So we were able to recover. I lost my pitch a little bit there, but that's okay. Reset MCP alt. Why? No, we're good. Negative. Speed brake unarmed. Start switches back to normal.
After takeoff checklist. Air conditioning and pressurization.
Set and checked.
Set.
Engine start switches.
Off.
Landing gear.
Up and off.
Auto brake.
Off.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Altimeters.
Yeah, we're good.
Set.
After takeoff checklist completed.
So, okay, that was a better go around, all considered. Still had to fight our gear a little bit, which always is a bummer. Here's that VOR that we're flying to right now. But overall, that was pretty good. The only other thing is just, you know, I can't really see my flap lever over here, so I just have to guesstimate a little bit. And I did do my, when I went flaps and gear up, it was not as elegant as it should have been. Once again, it's like you get cognitive overload when one thing goes wrong, and so everything else breaks down. And so I'm pretty sure I actually went gear up. That's why I got the warning horn. I went gear up when I was still not yet at flaps 15. You don't want to do that. But then everything else was looking alright, and then I need to remember to just pitch down a little bit more. And then that would be a lot better. Alright, we are in our hold. Now we can look at beautiful Michigan, Detroit a little bit here again. Oh, but what I was going to say is, you know, like, yeah, these look like some ranch style homes that would be out here. And I mean, Detroit really doesn't have like it has an industrial. Oh yeah, take those screenshots, guys. Oh yeah, look, they got their quarry. Alright, heading is set. I like everything happening right now. We're just chilling. We're relaxing. We got nothing to do. It's 2 o'clock. And we're seeing how ZIBO likes its holds. And yeah, ZIBO doing a beautiful entry into the hole. Way to go, ZIBO. Okay, let's plan our approach again. Everything else about that felt fine. I mean, do we want to do anything fancier? No pappies is a little concerning for me. It has the this thing is another kind of helper, but I don't quite remember how it works. Landing, say something. I remember looking it up a long time ago, but don't totally remember it. Oh yeah, ZIBO, nice. Right turns, just as chart says. Beautiful. Listen. See if you can hear this. I don't know if you could, but I mean, heading knob broken. Okay. We'll go with the 2-2 left, right? 2 left, yeah. And same deal. We don't need the stuff. Execute. Okay, legs. There's our discontinuity. All good. We'll clean that up in a moment. Otherwise, arrow still set for minimums. Let's do our landing performance again. We weigh 135. Let's plan for that. Let's check the weather. We're being very calm, not cursing. I might have cursed. I said what I should try and do is instead of cursing and yelling, just right. Just pay attention to what I'm actually doing. All right, 1-1. It got hotter. We weigh less. Ooh, I calculated. Oh, shit. Alright, we did another mistake. Alright, auto, off, brakes. Okay. Well, you're not supposed to, like, factor that in, I thought. Alright, we're still gonna take the whole runway. Auto brake 1. Alright, I mean that made sense, I think, from last time, if the flaps... That's why you have a co-pilot to check. Let's take this today. Alright, after this turn, I will start heading back. Alright, heading, crank you around. There's the, there's our new go-around procedure. So once we get to, we're gonna fly over the VOR here and then I'm just gonna turn back. Well, really, I can just go now. Now that I think about it. We're good. So let's go heading. Get ourselves on a little downwind situation here. And let's go heading select. Alright, MCP speed, heading select, alt hold. Exiting the hold. Manually here. And we'll just draw out. It's gonna bark at us about not having a intercept, but don't worry about that. 216. Intercept. Execute. Alright, cool. So you can see here we got it. We're going. Okay, ILS. We can see how far we are from the airport and miles from the VOR. Alright, ILS. Alright, we will fly out. And come back around, and this time we will put her down. You could. I'm driving like grandma here. Speed up a little. For the all of, 60 seconds until we have to slow down again. Alright, drink of, oh man, I don't have coffee. That's crazy. Sip of water. That'll have to do. I wonder what, is this like the car GM Chrysler factory? Do they still build cars in Detroit? They've got whatever these things are supposed to be. All right. Aeropuerto, Detroit. We got some, yeah, this is just, default X-plane airport, which, like I said, just kind of looks fine to me. And this is with the, I believe, regular resolution I'm doing today for the map enhancement. But I think it's got a decent variety of assets and stuff. Alright, wind wing panel, I'm giving up on you for today. I need to fix that. Alright, let me slow down. Up speed. We can just go visual. 61 approaches? Really? Huh. That's like a European in complication. I wonder why. Interesting. Alright, weather in our face. Nice. Alright, I slowed down. Let's go level change. Retard MCP speed. Yeah, so this is a funny thing about the map enhancement. The Pizza Huts. There's like, that's one of their base new assets is the Pizza Huts. And so there's like, I mean, we do have a lot of Shell gas stations, I suppose. We have other gas stations. But yeah, Pizza Hut. Church. Anyway, I thought that was kind of hilarious to see Pizza Huts everywhere. In the commercial areas. Sometimes the McDonald's they have.
Radio altimeter.
I need to find some good food in Detroit. I wonder why he keeps calling out that RA call. Are you on RA over here? I don't know. All right, let's turn back. Just relaxing over and play some golf. We are just buzzing Detroit 3000. Love it. Alright, we're 10 miles. Oops. Don't want to do that. Put that back to 3. Come on. Heading. Alright, let's turn inbound. We'll do our slow crawl. Get some drag on the aircraft. Last one.
Approach checklist. Altimeters and instruments.
I think we're all good.
Set and cross-checked.
Approach aids.
We got them.
Checked and set.
Approach checklist completed.
Alright, ILS is coming in. Let's arm the localizer, at least get on that. Yeah, I think, well, Pizza Hut, I liked I remember when I was a kid, like in the 90s. That was like, that was the place to be. I can say I haven't had Pizza Hut in a minute. Alright, slowing down. Lap 5. We're so casual and relaxed. Alright, we are approaching the old fix here. Yeah, exactly. It was a blast. It was the place to be, like I said. And in my head, I remember it being really good. Unlike maybe today. Yeah, I think we're all a bunch of you know, elder millennials born in the early 80s. Or even later. We got that's borderline Gen Xer. Alright, miss approach, 4,000. We're not gonna. I always, it's like when I should do missed approaches, I don't. Sorry. All right, let's go gear down. Slow down. VREF was 144. 145. We do have some wind, but we do have that wind correction in there. Okay, I'm gonna go flaps full. Alright, start switches continuous. Landing checklist.
Landing checklist.
Recall.
Start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Speed brake.
Armed. Green light.
Landing gear.
Down 3 green.
Auto brake.
Auto brake 1 set.
Flaps.
Flap 30 set green light.
Landing lights.
On.
Landing checklist completed.
Alright. Alright, auto thrust, bye bye. Okay, we got it. 144. Wind directly in our face.
1,000.
1,000.
Stabilized, Mr. Perch altitude set.
Alright, let's just fly her in. We'll stay visual here. Speed feels good. I guess I can take out a little power. My nose up a little.
Approaching 2 left.
Plane does like to. You feel that the one thing in X-plane, that kind of swell, I feel like happens. I'm trying to just bleed off some speed, so
400.
power back a little. Alright, no pappies, so we're just aiming for a touchdown zone.
300.
Let's keep it right in our, right there, just right
Approaching decision
fucking
height.
there. Continue.
Minimums.
100.
100. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Alright. Put the nose down a little hard, reversers. Full. Not totally full. We want to roll past this runway here.
80 knots.
Grass lady, do you talk to us here? All right, manual brakes, reversers come in.
5,000 feet remaining.
Spoilers come up, flaps can come up. Let's keep braking a little bit here. We'll get off here. Landing felt a little long, but I think we're happy with that one. Yeah. That was some professional stuff there. Oh, and look, we're parking right there. That happens to be our gate. Everyone is lucky today. Sorry, no, I'm trying to do too much. All right, go away. All right, let's turn weather off. This stuff. C14. Flight directors come off. Oh yes, so stable. If you just type stable approach, is what it's called, and it's probably just on the xplane.org somewhere. Ooh, Jetway is looking. I don't think I'm supposed to park here, but that's never stopped us before. All right, turn terrain off so we don't give people cancer. Turn a light off so we don't blind them. Oh yeah, no worries. Thanks for hanging around though, and always fun having you here. We're gonna crash into the jetway a little bit. Well, we'll see. Let's see what it looks like out there. Oh, not bad. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that's not too shabby. But I don't think we can park here. We look big, a little too big for parking here. All right, let's shut down the aircraft. So, all right, parking brake is set. Come up here. APU. Oops. I wonder if you actually open light station valve again. Okay. Throw that. These can come. Alright, we are on APU power, in fact. So let's go ahead and dump the engines. That guy riding in our wake. And what? I thought I turned it off. I'm sick of getting that jetway power. I'd rather just do it through here. Anyway, so home, ground services. Let's get some chocks in here. GPU connect. Let's get air conditioners because we're not animals. Go ahead and open the forward door. Open cargo. Breathe some more oxygen. This is flight directors are off. Let's go ahead and turn the anti-collision light off. Let's get the window heats off. Probes, the auto. Yeah, I guess our hydraulics can all start coming off. Release the people, smoke them if you got them. Fuel pumps. Ground power. Alright, things are happening. Alright, did I turn the APU off? I want ground power? Yeah. So let's get the packs off. APU bleed. So we do have pressure here because I have the air conditioner unit on. And get rid of the APU. This feels like a pretty shut off aircraft. I can flip the yaw damper off. I know for some reason they want this on now. That I don't know why. Turn that off. Did we do like a proper shutdown? Get the applause from everybody. All right, I think that actually felt like we did the things. Let's go. Shut down. Shut down transit.
Shutdown checklist. Electrical.
GPU on the bus.
Fasten belts.
Off.
Probe heat.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Voice recorder.
On.
Air conditioning packs.
No.
Well, I mean, I got 8. I got. Oh, I guess since we're on transit or something. Anyway, skip. We got air conditioning.
Auto.
Engine bleeds.
On.
APU bleed.
Off.
Exterior lights.
No.
Oh yeah, this thing doesn't ever know we have the exterior lights on. Off. That I do know. I forget which one it is, but the checklist and ZIBO
Check.
don't agree.
Start switches.
Off.
Yeah, steady.
Auto brake.
It wants.
Off.
Speed brake.
Down detent.
Flaps.
Up, no lights.
Which might be
Parking brake.
correct. You might want
Set.
that light on still,
Start levers.
I guess.
Cut off.
On the
Weather
turnaround
radar.
checklist.
Off.
Transponder.
Standby.
CVR circuit breaker.
In.
Cockpit door.
Unlocked.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Alright, best part of X-Plane. Let's see how we landed. We did good today, guys. I feel like besides parking in like the where the E-Jets park. I feel like most of our flight went quite well. Even despite some hardware issues, which we will not have anymore. But, alright, fun time. Flight, replay mode. Let's go. So, have we done anything yet here? Let's... So I have the high res maps, I guess, but not, no, I have it on high, whatever the high setting is, but I have it just doing normal zoom level maps. That's why it'll be a little grainier and maybe not have the population. Although I'm kind of surprised trees wouldn't kind of populate over this, but not that big a deal. I think we did pretty good. The I know the ILS indicator was, we were like off the ILS, but I think visually I felt okay. Because I don't want to land on the I always land on the right side of the road because I'm such a good American driver. I need to ride the center. Like, see, I'm curious why some areas populate like the dense, I don't know. But yeah, I kind of got a little floaty at the end, but you know. Well, we will know. We'll see exactly what happens here. Alright. Alright, so I just kind of held it. And so I landed on the British side of the road now. Yeah, it's kind of an aggressive early flare. And we just floated on down. I did get a little below the glide slope. Where's my inside? Alright, let's see what it felt like for a passenger. Just to say we did. Detroit, we got some work to do. You know, in real life, I would be like, okay, we floated a little. Be like, tisk, tisk. No. Nice. I wanted to see if we could hear the flaps. Not really. That was a good one. Today was a good one. This was, you know, when Nate puts his mind to something, he can do pretty good. I'm gonna have to watch that go around again. There's still some little things. I'm pretty sure I did gear up before flaps up, because I definitely got the horn. And then I was driving drunk here, but I don't care about that. But I'm happy with that one. Oh, it's gonna die. Ground power is gone. Anyway. Detroit. Here we go. I guess we should do one thing, just so you guys can know a little more about Cramblin Duvet advertising. Let's look at some of their award-winning advertisements. Are proudly sponsored by Cramblin Duvet Advertising. And anyone for your advertising needs, I highly recommend Cramblin Duvet. With that said, guys, it's been really fun. I'm glad I got to do my spots for Cramblin Duvet. We were very professional, just like the boys at Cramblin Duvet. So as usual, thank you so much. I had a blast. I'm gonna enjoy the weekend, be a family man, and I'll be back at some point. I think I have to work next week, which is terrible. You know, Nate, and work. But enjoy some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard on your way out with some nice shots of Detroit. And remember, Cramblin Duvet Advertising. Add Kings of Detroit. All your advertising needs. And they're back together. But you can watch the documentary footage. It's a fascinating story. See you later, guys. Santa, I will not tolerate any misspeaking about my sponsors, Cramblin Duvet Advertising. You just have to watch the documentary footage. Detroiters, it's called. All right, see you later, guys. Kiss sucks. Arena rock bullshit.
Crusts are my banquet, puddles are my wine. A revel in the present, each moment a lifetime.